Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Bloomington Ice Gardens and Championship Sunday here at the 2019 PeeWee Challenge presented by Youth Hockey Hub. Our final championship game of the day is at the boys major level, and it's visiting Richfield Spartans against the home team, Marshall Hilltoppers. Now your starting lineups. First for Richfield, starting in goal from the lane, number 32, Rock Blue. Starting on defense, number 7 from Plymouth, Tate Brink. And from Moorhead, number 2, Garrett Lindbergh. Starting at the forward positions, from Minot, number 17, Cohen Schmeichel. And number 21 from Farmington, Jacob Dial. And starting at center, from Otsego, Parker Deschênes. Now let's welcome the rest of the Spartans. Now the starting lineup for Marshall. Starting in goal from Hastings, number 32, Logan O'Leary. Starting on defense from Chanhassen, number 4, Joseph Manning. And from Rochester, number 72, Austin Gibson. Starting at forwards, on the wings, number 74 from Rosemount, Bennett Rudson. And from Horace, number 27, Michael Matheson. And starting at forward from St. Louis Park, number 13, Junior Cody. Now please welcome the rest of Marshall. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand as you are able and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Welcome to today's broadcast of the PeeWee Challenge Major Boys Championship game. I'm Tony Scott, bringing you color commentary today with my play-by-play ace to my left, Jeff Pappas. Jeff, it's a pleasure always to do a game with you. I'll give you a quick little background as you line this up. We have Richfield taking on Marshall. These two teams played yesterday. An exciting game. I believe it went to a shootout. I can't remember. I think I have so many games this weekend, but it's going to be a fun game. Just a couple big notes here. The yellow team, Marshall, has a boy named Logan Hensler on the team. He's the leading scorer of the tournament. He's a healthy scratch. He's got a football game today. He stayed loyal to his neighborhood buddies to play football. But they're a very capable team, Marshall, and they'll be taking on Richfield, who has last year's tournament MVP, Ashton Schultz, number 8 in the game. Ashton looking to make a back-to-back bid for the MVP in the PeeWee Challenge. Take it away, Jeff.
Very good. Thank you, Tony, as we have play in the Richfield zone. They're in the red, and Marshall is in the Hilltopper black and gold, and over the line comes Richfield's Parker Deschênes, and he takes a shot. Save made by Logan Claren, the Marshall goaltender from Hastings, and we'll get a stoppage and a face-off after 38 seconds.
Parker Deschênes wearing his Great Plains stickers. He's an 07 Great Plains kid, played right here in the show a summer ago. Scored a fantastic game winner with like 1 second left in the semifinals of send Great Plains to the championship last summer.
Those are thrills.
Yeah.
To get, regardless of the circumstance or whatever, it is nice to have that moment. Play is at neutral ice. Marshall will carry it over the line. Logan Hensler from Woodbury will play it off.
No, that's not Logan.
That's not Logan?
Trust me, he's not here.
Okay.
And you would know him. He's as tall as a tree.
Okay, well, I missed a 16 then. That's
It's
my
a
error.
46.
It's a 46.
Sorry to correct
oh
you.
Oh, my
but
gosh. That's our
yes.
Graham Greeter from White Bear Lake.
Yep, there you go.
All right. Oh, that is a 4. My gosh. All right. Well, now we know it. Graham Greeter over the line. And the best thing about is when I'm corrected is because I've been wrong.
Yeah.
That's usually the way that it works. Max Anderson from Hugo along the near boards and has played back down deep, and he'll chase after it behind the Richfield goal. Come out the side and feed the left point. There's a shot that's going to be blocked off. Rebound in front, and it's steered wide of the goal by Jack Starfield from Prior Lake. Starfield now tries to feed the near circle. Zachary. No, that's not Price. That's not the 1. That's my error again. Comes out to center, and here comes Richfield. Rink wided into the zone. Joe Gillespie from Albertville. He hits for the benches. They change on the fly.
Joe had a hat trick in this morning's game.
Knows where the net is, certainly. And now here's a steal, and here comes Richfield in. Backhanded chance, and a save made. And there's Aston Schultz showing some of his skill there as the save is made.
I'm going to make a bold prediction, Jeff. That
Go
won't
ahead.
be the last time you say Jack Ashton's name today. I asked him today before the game. I said, Ashton, what's the key to you guys winning? Logan Hensler playing football is one of them, he said.
Well, I suppose that's a break, but, it is. You do like to see kids play more than one sport
yes,
sometimes.
Agreed.
But
no one here is giving him a hard time, that's for sure.
Now it's played to the left point and played back down by Trey Peck with the White Breezers. And now loose at the right edge, cleared towards the right point area, and holding it in there for Marshall is Patrick Cronin from Edina. Loose to neutral ice. And that's Cronin turning and playing it back into the zone to the near side. It's Garrett Lindbergh of Moorhead going back. Now play it out to center. And Ashton Schultz angles in over the line. And you're quite right. It takes less than 30 seconds, and we're saying his name again. There's a follow-up shot, a save, a rebound, and they score. It's tipped in at the left edge. Might have been Skida, 27.
It was Ford Skida.
And
from
it's 1-0
Hermantown.
from Hermantown.
Just a trash collector right out in front.
Gotta like that. 2 minutes and 48 seconds is the time of the goal for Skida. And tell us how players get assigned to teams in this tournament.
It's a great question. They're invited, right? So we invite for 85 spots. We invite 100 kids, and 85 sign up. They gave Lecter that goal.
They did.
So then they get dialed in the 85, a group of 85, even number of goalies, forwards, defense, and we hold a draft, just like the NHL, and draft the teams evenly and let the chips fall where they may.
And it's been good hockey. I mean, it always is when you get to this type of a competition, but this has been good stuff. And these kids, maybe it's fun for them to get a chance to play with some different teammates every now and again throughout the summer.
I guess I would say I'm the inventor of that concept, but it was not my idea. Someone gave me the idea, and I was smart enough to run with it or dumb enough to run with it, depending on the day, right?
Yeah.
And how it happened was it was a mad success the first year. Everyone just loved it. Said, do it again. And ultimately what you just said, Jeff, is that the kids get to meet kids from other parts of the state.
Mm-hmm. And now here's a shot right on, and it's Cohen Schmeichel. Stop made there by Claren. Oh, my eyes deceived me. I thought I saw number 1 playing defense.
You did.
It's
actually Henry Peterson
Henry
from Hermantown.
Peterson. Okay, so I'm going to have to write that down.
Henry didn't get a jersey somehow, and nicest kid on the planet. It's been so nice to me all week. Did the jersey come in yet? I'm like, Henry, I don't think jersey's in America right now. But I hate to break it to you. But I will do everything I can to get you one, bud.
So he's wearing number 1 and playing defense. I thought that was
the
that.
goalies. What the goalies have been doing is they've been swapping jerseys.
Oh, that's funny.
So I'm looking out there. I want to say.
So is he going to wear the other goalie jersey in the
No,
second
he'll
half,
keep
or does
his
he
jersey
keep his
on.
number
The
1?
two goalies keep share the 32.
They share the 32.
Nolan and I don't know what the other one is.
As Brock Luke from Blaine, who was introduced as the starting goaltender. So my assumption is that that's accurate. And now of number 1s for both teams actually out there playing on defense. So it's your guess is good as mine. And there's Luke making a save. And who do you suppose is wearing 1 for Marshall?
That's Trey Peck.
That's Trey Peck. So he is 33 in your hearts.
Yep.
But number 1 on your jersey.
So here's a story. Zach Price will come in and play goalie. I was handing out the uniforms, and Price's mom ordered him a youth extra large, which is about the size of a catcher's mitt, and it didn't fit him. It's the one that Peck is wearing.
Okay, so we have defenders on both teams wearing number 1.
Yeah.
So that's
no, actually Peck's a center.
He's center, okay.
Skater, but so he didn't have a jersey, and I gave him 1. And then when all the dust settled, I found a number 6, and then went back to Peck and said, "Hey Trey, you want 6 instead of 1?" He goes, "No, I'll take 1." Nicest kid in the world. Love him.
They do like to have fun, and I guess that's what it's all about, and that's Peck. And he is stopped in close by Brock Look, and we'll get a face-off. 15:40 to go in the first half. 1-0 for Richfield on a goal by.
They say Henry Lechner. I saw
Lechner,
Skyda shovel it in myself.
Yes. I think about that. I see things that, and then they're taken away by scorers and referees, and did my eyes actually see what I thought I saw? Max Ryder, St. Louis Park, sweeping it down behind the net. That's Joe Gillespie of Albertville behind the goal. He comes out the near side.
Ooh.
Puts on a move, and it would be a D-cleater if he was wearing cleats. And now back to Gillespie in the far corner. And then finally he is ridden off by Cronin back behind the net. Patrick Cronin of Edina, lots of Maple Grove kids we've seen here. Obviously good programs. There's Richfield's Brody Nadler from Cottage Grove back over the line, and he lost possession, but carrying on is Tavin James from Moorhead. Now played into the corner, River Freeman. Another one of the Hermantown contingent. Played around on the far wall to the right point. A shot is deflected onto the goaltender, played down on the glove, and was close there for a moment, but Claren is able to knock the puck away, and now here comes to center ice. And that is Peck. Over the line, tried to put on a move, and then Lindbergh is there to clean up in the left corner, plays it back to the left corner, 14:10 to go in our first half, and a 1-0 game for Richfield in the boys' major final at the 2019 PeeWee Challenge. Play it back behind the goal, and for Marshall, that's Starfield looking for the puck in the right corner. And he is ridden off. Starfield again now, and the corner comes back to it, then he's pushed in against the wall by Tavin James. They go for it. In the corner, now backhanded ahead to center, and it's played down. And back into the zone by
Gibson,
thank you. Austin Gibson, 72. I'll be able to tell him by his breezers.
Yep, he's got his R on the white breezer. That's the Rochester breezer.
Okay.
His dad, Todd, is coaching the team today.
All right, now Marshall and the right wing boards in their zone trying to play it out and can't, and Ford Skyda will play it back behind the goal, and I saw you called him forward. That's what I'll do. So. Yep.
His dad is Brad.
Oh, is he really?
Yep.
Now, Skyda, as he tried to pull it back to his
And he's
backhand.
helping out on the Richfield bench today, Brad is.
He is. That's that family involvement that's just so much fun to see. Henry Lechner. Now a shot and a stop made there by Claren as it goes back into the left corner. Marshall picking the puck up. Quentin Schaefer of Edina, rink wide, and now here's Corton playing it over the line. There's a shot, the glove catch made by the goaltender. And
Quentin
we'll get a face-off.
Schaefer from Edina. I was out shooting a game, photos for a game, and Quentin scores a goal back in Squirts a couple years ago, takes his glove off and goes like this, like he was Spider-Man. And every time I see him at the rink, hey, Spidey, how you doing? He looks at me like, I think when he's like 15 or 16, he's going to probably never make eye contact with me.
Probably
But
not.
now he's still making eye contact. He's still in that age.
Okay, well, with great power comes great responsibility, and we'll see how that young man
Yeah.
develops.
Nice kid.
Now play it out to center, and Marshall is able to turn it back, and from center they will play it in. Sean Podine Jr. from St. Louis Park, and of course his dad, the former Bulldog, an Edmonton Oiler. And over the line comes Richfield. This is Schultz on his backhand, and he's forced behind the net. Off to the far side. And Marshall trying to play it up the boards. They do get it out to center. And a play in on the right wing side. Logan Hensler pokes it in deep. Brody Nadler from Cottage Grove. And Richfield will break through up the middle. They come across 4 wide. And Lechner lost possession on the drop, and now here comes Marshall back through the middle. Matheson. Michael Matheson lost possession, and carrying on for Marshall there is Podine. Comes out to the right point area. Hensler plays it down. Now a centering pass. Oh, a nice tic-tac-toe passing play and a goal for Marshall. Ties us up at 1 at 9 minutes and 45 seconds.
What a pretty pass. 2 in a row. It's tic-tac-toe right there. All got started by Junior Podine. Slid it down low and 2 quick passes, and just like that, it's 1-1, Jeff.
And he did it from his knees, which I thought was a mark of some pretty good skill there, too. But he just put it across the crease. He had an opportunity and passed it up for a better one, and that's kind of what you like to see. Let's get the announcement. And that's Rutzik.
Assisted by number 13, Junior Podine. Time of the goal, 11 minutes and 15 seconds.
Podine gets the only assist at 9:45 of the first. There should be an assist coming out of the corner.
The only assist on a tic-tac-toe.
I know, it was a 3-way passing play.
So where's the tack or the tick?
I think it's very well hidden because it's not showing up on the score sheet,
I
but
know,
it
it's
certainly
too
should
bad.
because the pass came out of the corner. And Junior Podine with a nice play. Now it's shot rink wide into the Richfield zone to the right, and chasing after it there is Lindbergh in the right corner. He is doing battle with Peck. And Peck falls. Carrying on is Lechner, and he will clear to the line and finally out to center. Coming up on halfway through the first half of this game. And it's a 1-1 tie here in the boys' major final. Now Peck had it run past him out to center, and Richfield will regroup at center ice. Parker DeShane over the line. And then a nice sweep check there by Gibson, knocked it off to the sidewall. And rolls towards the right point. Max Ryder trying to hold it in. Now a rink-wide pass is stolen away by DeShane, who comes to the top of the circle and then lost it, trying to make the extra move. Max Anderson controls for Marshall. To center, looking for Peck and couldn't find him. And now here comes Richfield over the line. Henry Peterson threw it across. Loose in the slot area, and Marshall able to control that. Pass to center, though, is on the wrong side of Starfield. And Marshall is changing lines. They'll regroup anyway. And over the line comes Ryder, and he is ridden off by Peck just enough to avoid either A, an interference penalty, or B, losing possession. And here comes Ryder out of the corner, and he comes in from a sharp angle to the left, and his shot is saved. Comes up the slot, and now Peterson feeds it across to the far boards. There's a shot deflected and right on. Boy, a good chance there for Richfield. And now it's cleared back to center ice. And Peterson will come back for it. Lindbergh feeding the near side. Gillespie, he takes a shot, and that is deflected by Cronin high and wide. They'll play it to the far side boards, and Marshall is able to come out. Well, I spoke too soon there, and now they're able to come out. And it's played ahead, but from their own side of center by Cronin, and that's icing. 8:33 to go in the first half and a 1-1 tie.
So you've done 4 games now. You're
I have.
probably wondering, is there a theme to these jerseys?
Yes, in fact, I was just going to ask you that.
The
Believe
theme
it or not.
is each high school, Minnesota high school represented in this tournament have all lost in the state high school final. In the Minnesota boys high school finals.
Really?
I've dubbed this the bridesmaid theme. They've never been the groom or the bride. They've always been the bridesmaid.
My goodness.
You like that?
I do.
I knew you'd like that. Well, we had champions last year. We had the brides last year. This year it's the bridesmaids.
That was before me last year, so
Yes.
now I understand the rationale behind that. So the Richfield ones would have been the Steve Kristoff
Yes,
era, wouldn't it?
1976.
Yes.
We're going to
Yes.
have a little Tony trivia.
Yep, there's a shot over the top of the cage by Tucker Johnson. Of course, Steve Kristoff, member of the 1980 Miracle Team and the Minnesota Gophers.
He's also the model. His body frame model is the statue for the Hobie Baker Award.
Steve Kristoff.
Steve Kristoff.
You son of a gun.
There you go. You can't make it up, right?
Oh, no, you can't. And, of course, he played for the North Stars for a
Yes,
while,
he
too.
did.
And played
Right
pretty
across
well.
the street from the Decathlon Club where the Hobie Baker Award was founded.
He is the Hobie Baker.
He is Hobie Baker. I mean,
Really?
he's not Hobie Baker, but it was his likeness they used.
Ah. So he and Jerry West have something in
Yes,
common.
exactly. Exactly.
Used to model for something they probably weren't aware of at the time.
At the time, yes.
All right, Marshall's Graham Greeter back behind the goal, and that time I got him right. How do you like that?
You got it right.
Cleared
If
up.
you say Hensler, you're going to be talking about a ghost at this point.
Hit a hit.
Because Logan is not here.
And that is Greeter feeding the high slot, and there's a shot right on a big rebound given up. And it comes through to the near side before Luke can get to it again. And now cleared rink wide to the line, and it's brought back in offside by Podine, and we'll get a face-off at neutral. 6:56 to go in the half.
I don't have my Wikipedia handy, but I think Marshall had to been sometime late 80s or 2000s where they finished runner-up once or twice, I believe.
They did. But technically speaking, if you're talking about schools that had never won a state tournament, but they go back to Duluth Cathedral, and that would be a
they would have probably won a state title.
Yes, it would have been a whole different thing.
Yes,
So-
I'm sure they won a few with Mike Randolph playing there. I'm guessing, just a few.
And here they come in over the line, and it's Podine feeding the left and forced back. Matheson on that side. Up the slot it comes to Gibson, and then it's stripped away by Schmeichel, and here comes Richfield back. Schmeichel on the far side. He's got support. Pass through and in too deep to shoot.
That was
there was Gilly from Farmington. And not a bad idea, but just in a little bit too deep to control. Now Marshall controls. And speaking of Duluth Marshall, good to see Brendan Flaherty recovering well
Yes,
from
he
his,
is.
his
I was going to
health
say
issues.
that.
Yes, now here's a shot loose in front as Bennett Rutzik had an opportunity, and it comes out to center. Known Brendan for many years in Duluth, and good to see him doing as well as he is. Now play back behind the goal, fed around to the far side, and it's Gillespie trying to hold it in, and he does along the wing boards, but back behind the goal. Marshall comes out, and through center they come. Starfield comes to the circle, and then he's forced back. Starfield feeds the puck to Peck along the half wall, trying to feed the point, and can't. Comes out to center. And here comes James over the line. He lost possession. It was stripped away. Max Anderson back, and they come across 3 wide. Anderson over the line to the far side. Tried to play it past the other number 9 and could not. Lechner, and now it's played back behind the goal on the Richfield side with 5:08 to go in the opening period of a 1-1 tie. At center, played back down by Cronin for Marshall to the near side boards. And here is Peck over the line. Lost it, now got it back on a centering pass, and it hopped his stick. It comes through to the near side. Peck goes after it, and he will chop it around the boards to the right point, where it's held in by Cronin. Now claimed in the left corner by Tate Brink from Plymouth. Up the near side, and back into the Marshall zone, rink wide. Carson Moe Chanhassen in a race for the puck, and it's going to be reversed around the other side by Cronin in the far boards.
Ooh.
He throws a hit there, and Lechner is knocked in the boards. I didn't think he meant to, but couldn't stop himself. The end result is going to be a penalty.
Lechner's got about 40 pounds on Cronin. Cronin just
Which is why
like
I don't
ragdoll.
think that was – I wouldn't be looking for that contact if I was him.
Yeah, no, exactly. All right, on to the next team. We have Alexander Ramsey, 1973, was a finalist in the state high school tournament at the Met Center. And I don't have my Wikipedia handle, so I don't remember who they lost to in 73. But I know they did lose. Did you see the Ramsey? Did we have a Ramsey in the finals today? We did not.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
We did. It was in the girls' major. It was in the final.
No, that was
completed.
Williams. That was just
Williams, excuse me.
That was Williams.
Ramsey was the second game. It was the boys minor.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. So Alexander Ramsey is no longer around. That school, that jersey that we did was a kind of a combo platter. It was the Ramsey logo, the Ramsey script R, but I kind of merged the black current Roseville jersey colors. Ramsey was more of a blue. I just love the name. We had Kellogg in the tournament a couple of years ago. We did defunct high schools that are no longer in. So we had like Duluth Central.
Unfortunately.
Minneapolis
for them.
West, White Bear Mariner. Well,
you can pick all the Minneapolis schools now.
Pretty much.
For hockey, except for the
I went to Minneapolis Southwest, so Southwest has been a theme in the theme about a million times.
When did you graduate?
This tournament. 86.
86.
Here comes Schultze.
Here comes Richfield back. I only asked because my dad taught there. Now here's a shot and a save made. Rebound is steered wide by Skida. Now back behind the goal. Marshall controls, and they'll flip it all the way back into the Richfield zone where Brink will chase it down. 3:12 to go in the first. Cleared to the near side to River Freeman and over the line. Freeman plays it down to the goal line extended, and back behind the net. It's Schultz coming around the far side with it. Puts on the brakes in the left circle as the goalie sees it. And waits. And while we were talking, there was, in fact, most of that power play ran off, so there's still 30 seconds to go in the power play. Now loose in front, and a diving clear there by Corton knocks the puck off to the near side boards for Marshall. And to center they come, and now the penalty will be reciprocated as River Freeman is going to go for Richfield. Time of the penalty, 18 minutes and 25 seconds.
We got all of that one, didn't he?
He did. It was not cheated, as they say.
No.
Holding the infraction.
All right, next one. Williams, the gray with the W.
Yes.
Now, do you know what that one is? If
you
do, then you're a complete nerd.
Williams is the Wolves. And that would have probably been in the, 40s or 50s, I would expect.
They were the Wolves. You know that they were the Wolves,
Yes, I do. Yes.
Wow, now you know one more thing than I do.
From far up north, way up north.
Between Warroad and Baudette.
Yes.
It's a small town, about 200. It's still there. They don't have a high school, obviously.
Yep.
The kids that live in Williams would go to Baudette or Lake of the Woods.
It's funny because there's lots of little towns up there that are like that. The one that comes to my mind is Ball Club, which is up near Cohasset, up just west of Grand Rapids.
Yep.
There's lots of these little tiny towns.
What was the town? I couldn't hear you.
Ball Club was one of them. And now closing in, and they score at the left edge with 2:08 to go. And that is a power play goal for Marshall. And that will bring Freeman back on, and Marshall has taken a 2-1 lead at 18 minutes and 52 seconds of our opening half.
Looks like Podine is going to get credit
I think
for it.
so, yeah. I'm going to say because I wasn't certain, but I think that'll be Junior Podine getting the goal, and we'll see.
What a hockey player this kid is. He's about 4'7", and his heart is about 4'5".
Well, in that regard, he is a lot like Senior.
Oh,
because that's the way he played too.
Well, I can tell you right now, he's got a whole bunch more skill than his father, and even his dad would admit that. He's a skilled kid.
Matheson getting an assist. And they score again. It was tipped home by Peck, I think. I was just looking up and writing down the last goal, and it is back in the net.
74 got that one, I believe.
74? Okay.
Yep.
Well, then that would be obviously not Peck. That would be Rutzik if that's the case from Rosemount.
That'd be his second of the day.
Time of the goal, 19:23. So they score twice in a span of 31 seconds. And that makes it 3-1. Oh, quick shot back and an arm blocker pad safe. And it is, in fact, Rutzik.
Assisted by number 13, junior Podine, and number 27, Michael Matheson.
Podine and Matheson get assists, so that line strikes twice in the same shift. And it's now 3-1 for Marshall, played into their zone, and here they come again. Starfield, and he is forced back with just over a minute to play in that first half. And we're going to get a penalty coming. Going to go against Marshall. And now behind the goal. It's controlled by Deshane. The puck is touched, and now the penalty will be called. And it's a slash coming. It's going to go.
I think we're going to get a double.
Really?
That's why the whistle blew. I'm like, well, they never had control of it, and all of a sudden they came out of where and he smashed his stick. Yeah. We're going to get coincidentals.
Okay.
You would only call it coincidental if he saw another penalty.
Right. Okay,
so Anderson in the box for Marshall and 20 for Richfield.
That would be Brody Nadler, Cottage Grove. Offsetting penalties, 20 minutes and 4 seconds. As halftime rapidly approaches. Won't affect manpower. Anderson for roughing. And then slashing on Nadler. So
Nadler must have just wound up and baseballed him. Baseball swinged him and got caught for the slash.
And there's a shot by Greeter that goes wide. With less than half a minute to go in the first half, Greeter trying to hold the zone at the left point and is unable at the last moment. Richfield comes out, and they have 3 attackers. They'll come in. There's a backhanded centering pass by Schultz, and we talked about him. I'm sure we'll hear from him again before the afternoon is over. Here's Marshall in their zone. Cronin feeds a pass to the left, and here's a race for it in the zone, and that's a nice play there on the backhand by Peck to come in front, and the goaltender didn't know where that puck was.
Kid is nifty, isn't he?
He certainly is.
Did you see his edging on that?
Yeah.
That's so hard to do what he just did there. He made it look so easy.
Just makes it look easy, and we are at recess. It's 3-1 for Marshall as we play on here. Boys major final in the 2019 PeeWee Challenge. What else is coming up in upcoming
We are
weeks?
hosting a Western States Invite next weekend, which will be 12-year-olds, 14-year-olds, and 15-year-olds. Teams coming from all over the United States. We have kids from Wisconsin, Arizona, California, at the major PeeWee, major Bantam, and U15 level. That's next weekend. You can tune in. We'll have all games from Rink 1 right here. It'll be hosted here. That'll be a fun one. And then we get 5 weeks off. I don't know what we're going to do with ourselves. And not that I'm dreaming about 5 weeks off, but
no.
Yeah, I kind of am.
Oh, yeah? Well,
yeah, we went 6 out of 7 weekends if you include all of the Bantam Elite League activities that we manage. So 3 tournaments and 6 weekends of Bantam Elite over 7 weeks.
I would think the show would be a major production to put on with all the...
That's our summer trimester. We have 4 quarters of our programming, the winter programming and spring, summer programming, and then fall, and then we get right back after it.
Hockey season never ends, does it?
Mm-mm. October is about the time of year where we kind of just, that's all the tryouts and fall high school elite league. We go cover the stuff. We're still watching hockey, but it's not our programming.
And high school coverage, of course.
Tons of it.
Coming up this winter, so there's lots more to do.
Speaking of high schools, one more high school in the theme here. I'm trying to think which one we haven't named yet. Moorhead. Oh, wow.
Yes.
We could have spent, we can do a podcast on that one.
Yeah, we certainly could.
Well documented. I believe it's 8 runner-ups.
Yeah. That's...
And that's how I got the idea, because you get a bunch of kids from Moorhead down here, and then one of them made the mistake of going, how come you don't put Moorhead jerseys? I'm like, what are you supposed to do? Have runner-up teams? And here we go. We had
There you
Spud
go.
jerseys.
Sort of the Susan Lucci of high school hockey in Minnesota, unfortunately.
Yes.
From their
Wow,
point of view.
Jeff, that's solid.
It's played into the
That is solid. Susan Luke, that is really good. Can't top that one today. There's no
I don't
way.
think we can make that. We're not going to beat that one.
After managing 60 games over 3 days and all the jerseys, I'll never beat that one.
The
for
cornball
sure.
joke is going
That's
to
good.
get that job done. Play behind the goal for
New
Richfield.
goalie for Marshall, Zach
Yep.
Price.
Yep.
Told you about his number there. He
Yep.
had the mini jersey that fit Trey Peck just right. And I want to say this is going to be Nolan in the net. Right? Did they say Nolan was the second?
Yes, the goaltender has different pads on, so that would be Logan Nolan with
Okay.
the same number.
And Luke plays for Spring Lake Park, so he's got red, white, and blue. I can't figure this out.
Well,
So Nolan's got the red, white, and blue, and he had red, so it's hard to tell.
Starfield high on the slot, tries to throw it in front, and Daw is going in. Oh, my goodness, was that some skill?
It's my guy,
That's
Trey
your
Peck.
guy, Trey Peck. I was just going to say, but just nice patience there to get the puck in deep, get the goaltender to the ice, and then score. And Marshall increases its lead to 4-1 on a goal by Trey Peck.
That was not very nice. Trey and Logan are teammates for the Blades, and they'll be playing on our Great Plains team next weekend in the Western States. And he just did what Trey Peck does. He's got unbelievable skill.
And now over the line. They'll control. Max Anderson takes it in deep, working against Lindbergh.
Number 1, Trey Peck. Assisted by number 25, Jack Starfield.
Starfield is going to get the only assist on the goal by Peck, and that was a nice little pass by Starfield to find him. And now it's played back into the Marshall zone. Manning back for it. He will play it around on the near side, and it'll come back out to center. Runs past Corton, and it's controlled there. And Richfield will step through and over the line heading towards the net was Peterson. Now behind the goal, Marshall in control. Max Anderson feeds the far side, and they'll break out to center. Pass down the near wing. Here's Corton with half a step. He goes in, he shoots, and a save made. The goaltender Nolan out to challenge him. Now back behind the goal. It's lying loose in the slot, and Marshall trying to claim it again, but it's picked up there by Gillespie, and he clears to center. Here comes Richfield over the line. Now a centering pass is going to come right onto the goal, and a swipe at it there by James, and it comes back out to center. Nadler spinning with it for Richfield. He'll try the near side. Banks it off the wall to center, and here's Gillespie over the line. Centering pass, and that is intercepted by the back-checking Greeter. Now here comes Marshall back to center. Greeter will lead the charge. Over the line, it's between his skates, and he has to come back for it, and then he falls. Brink pushes it to the far corner boards with 18 minutes to play. Now it's flipped ahead, and here comes River Freeman down the far side. The 23's doing battle as Cronin takes him wide and then sweeps him to the ice. And here comes Marshall back through the middle. This is Podine over the line. Podine puts on the brakes like it's nailed to his stick. And it's cleared to the near side boards. And then he throws a bump in against the wall, stolen away. Here's a shot, save made off Cronin again. Puck now played towards the left point. It's controlled there by Gibson. And then he plays it back behind the Richfield goal. 4-1 the score with 17:20 to play here in the second half. With Tony Scott, I'm merely Jeff Pappas as it's in the zone. And now it's cleared up to the near side boards. And a centering pass comes all the way through to the right boards. And crashing in there is Peterson. And now it's cleared out to center. And here comes Marshall back. Matheson over the line, closing in. He scores. He picked the top corner. Michael Matheson from Horace has made it 5-1, and that's a pretty goal.
Beautiful shot by Matheson. What a shot.
He scored. Go ahead.
I had the chance to coach against Junior Podine last few weeks ago in our AAA state tournament. I said the scouting report on Junior Podine, guys, is don't fall for his deception. He's very, like you said, he was nailed to his stick. He's very deceptive. You just realize he's going to try to deceive you 400 times. You can just realize that ignore 399 of them. That's how you stop the kid, if you can.
If you can.
If you can.
And now over the line, Richfield now trailing by 4. Schmeichel plays it off to the far side wall. DeShane in there. Along the half boards. He threads a backhand pass through to that side, looking for Gilly from Farmington and couldn't get it to him. Now loose to the far boards, and Marshall is able to clear to center ice. Over the line they come. Carson Moe goes wide. Centers, and that's picked off, but left loose in front. Here's a shot and a close-in save on Max Anderson by Nolan. And now out to center, and it's played back into the Richfield, the Marshall zone, excuse me. And Lechner plays it behind the goal. Lechner now feeds it up the slot. Here's a slap shot and into the netting off a stick as Henry Peterson cranked up for a drive there, and it's out of play.
I think that Coach Freeman has moved Henry Lechner from defense up to forward, or no, he's going back to the D-box. I was just thinking that maybe they're looking for, they're out down by 4 goals. They're going to need some offense, and Henry Lechner is instant offense.
And now Richfield in front. An opportunity dies at the left edge of the goal crease there from James. Now
Big
loose
save.
at the right edge, and a good stop there by Price.
Zach Price comes up big there. Zach was the MVP of our Now Prospects Combine down at the University of Minnesota. MVP goalie for that group.
And he's
no
on
surprise he's doing well today.
the Osseo side of the Osseo Maple Grove connection. And now here comes Marshall back in. Schaefer.
Spider-Man.
Yes. Behind the goal. Comes out the near side.
Part of me loves it. Part of me wants to, let that thing live in infamy, Like, why does he call you Spider-Man? Well, when I was a squirt, I took my glove off and I did this.
You imitate one superhero and you're branded for life. You like that? There's a centering pass, comes up the slot, and a close-in save by Nolan, who came out to challenge, read that well as it came to Cronin, and he couldn't beat the goaltender. Face-off coming up to his right, 14:57 to go. Comes to the high slot, and it comes out. It's brought back in offside by Greeter.
Both of these teams had to win their way into the finals today. If they didn't win this morning, they would have been done.
So if that's the case, if you have both finalists playing in, that must have been a pretty balanced field in the boys' major.
Yeah. Matt Cullen's team was the one that was probably the most lopsided against. We gave his team the Moorhead jerseys. He gave his son number 7.
Fitting, yes.
Yes.
That makes sense. Now a centering
his oldest
pass.
son Brooks played in it.
Schultz whistled one through the crease, and now here comes Marshall back over the line. It's Johnson closing in. Nice move to free himself up, and he scores. Oh, my goodness. Was that something to see? 6-1, which will force running time with 14:25 to go here in the second half. And a lovely play there.
Richfield just has not gotten a break. And it's like Marshall's gotten all the breaks today. It's like they lost their best player, and they said, well, we're not going to let that bother us. We're going to win this thing anyway.
6:35, the time of the goal, so they pump home 3 quick goals here in the second half and now have forced the running time by tournament rule. Vikings have won today over Atlanta, 28-12.
Yeah, we're winning 21-0 last I saw.
Well, they got a couple of slap time touchdowns. Corden getting the assist on a goal by Tucker Johnson. Now here comes Richfield back in. And there's a penalty coming behind the play. Richfield is going to get a power play. And the penalty is now called. And heading to the penalty box for Marshall is Junior Podine. He doesn't like it, but it's not a democracy.
Again, the record still stands, right?
Yeah.
We had talked about last week at the Bantam Elite that not one referee has ever changed a penalty call. But we think maybe once it was documented in 1952. And because of that one ref who changed his mind, the players and coaches think they can be number 2.
Maybe I won't call that penalty. Maybe I just won't. Here's Lindbergh feeding the near circle, and a centering pass by Schmeichel comes through to the far side.
Let's see if Richfield can get the clock stopped. That's
Yep.
order number one,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, here's Lechner high on the slot. He's the kid to do it as he shoots.
shot.
And he puts it on goal. He gets it there quick, doesn't he? Another penalty coming on Marshall.
I think that Gilly's the one hit him, not Manning.
I think you're right.
But Manning was like holding the gun.
Yeah.
He hit him, and it was like smoking gun right there.
Manning going.
Maybe he did. I just looked up and got Gilly there.
So a second penalty is assessed.
Oh, there it is, tied.
And now you got it.
Stop the clock. Stop the clock. There it is. 12. Sorry, the tournament director and me came out.
And says stop the clock on a power play goal.
It's 4-goal game now.
Yep, 8:41, so we're back to stop time. So the 5-on-3 power play cashed in by Richfield.
Like I said, I think Richfield can come. I'm not saying they can win this game, but I think they can make it interesting.
They can make a
especially
run.
with this kid.
There's Lechner over the line.
Smart play there. He ran out of room, and instead of like running out of room and shooting super shelling, he stopped, pulled it back, and got a good shot on Price.
Ryder from Gillespie is the power play goal. Now we're back to stop time with 11:56 to play, so we had running time for about 2 minutes and 6 seconds, according to my score sheet. And here comes Marshall down the far side, which gives you more time to tell stories.
Yeah.
And stop time, which is okay. Now
I'm not sure anyone wants to listen.
You have the microphone.
That's right.
Now in the far corner, it's Lechner. And as you said, instant offense.
Wow, look at this kid go.
And
wow, nice
long
move.
strides over the line, good control, and now it's out to the blue line where it's picked up, and here comes Marshall to center. Starfield over the line, and he will play it back behind the net. Nadler goes for it there in the left corner. Over 11 minutes to go. They are still shorthanded, Marshall is. And now they are no longer shorthanded as the penalty is called for a trip against River Freeman, and that will wipe out the power play.
Yeah, Freeman stuck his leg out.
9:53 is the time.
That's going to hurt Richfield.
So
They need many skaters they can get down 4 goals.
40 seconds of 4 aside. Kneeing is the penalty.
I said stuck his leg out, tripped him. I thought it was a big trip. Here's Schultze.
Now a shot right on and a save made by Zach Price. We'll get a face-off. 10:49 to play here in the second half. Richfield needs goals, trailing 6-2.
Schultz is the oldest of 4 boys, all play hockey. Imagine that ice bill, huh?
That would be impressive, I have to admit. Nadler plays it ahead, and here comes Richfield over the line. Cutting to the slot is Schultz. He shoots from a sharp angle, and Price makes the save and knocked the net off as he did, so I'll get a face-off to his left with 10:27 to go. 1 second left in the 4 aside, and then a power play coming up for Marshall for 1 minute and 23 seconds.
We think next year the theme might be, because we got to get White Bear Lake in, right?
Yeah.
The theme might be teams that have only lost in the first round.
Only lost in the first round. Now here's a chance, and a good stop made by Nolan against Trey Peck.
Attaway, Logan. He's had a rough start to this half. He's not had his best half, and now he comes up big, and he maybe gives his team a little something to build on.
Teams that have only lost in the first round.
Well, we know White Bear, right?
You know White Bear.
We know White Bear, and I know we can find a nice little sampling of teams from all over the state and
I think
put
you
together
could.
some fun uniforms.
I think Laverne might qualify. They've had some good teams, but I don't think they've won a tournament game. But they've had some nice teams in recent years.
For a while, a couple of years ago, we could have had St. Thomas Academy in there.
That's true, and not anymore. So cleared up to the
They did get a win. They did get to the semis a couple years ago.
I think, unfortunately, at least from my point of view, you could say Cloquet would be one.
They've been, they finished third in
did they finish
1991 or
91.
two.
One of Jamie's teams won a first-round game.
Yep.
Oh, would have been Moorhead, I think, they beat, as a matter of fact, in one of those years. But it was Jefferson that beat them 2 years in a row.
Yep, once in the semis for sure.
Two of Tom Satterdahl's best teams.
Yeah.
And
you see the banners to your left.
Yep.
One of my all-time favorites is the banner to your right, that 87 Kennedy Eagles team. I had a chance to play against most of them in 86, and, man, they were good. I was like, that team is going to be good. They had no seniors, all sophomores and juniors when they played our team, and it was like they put us in running time with ease.
Wow. I sold my Lumberjacks a game short. That's my bad. And now over the line, the penalty is over. We have an offside, but they had that team in 1981 and 82 that produced 5 Division I captains on that Cloquet team.
Cloquet, I believe it.
Yes.
That's back when they only had one. That's only when they had one barn.
Yep. Jim Springer was on that team. Corey Millen was on that team. Some of the Plankers were on that team.
Yeah, Millen was one of the best ever, I think.
Oh, I thought he and Mike Antonovich are probably the two most electrifying players Northern Minnesota ever produced. And there's a centering pass.
Hard to argue with those two, and Steve Spihar is one of them too.
He was more of a grinding type player. But if you look at like a pure end-to-end sort for me,
right?
You know, we're going to go podcast again, and I'm loving this.
And a finisher too.
Oh gosh, yes, no question about that. Here's Gillespie into the zone as we go back to live action here. 6-2 the score. Centering pass comes right onto the goaltender Price to get a
Only
stoppage.
one podcast so far.
I know.
It's good.
We're slipping.
There's Greg, need more whistles.
Gracie, look at this.
We need more whistles. We need more whistles.
It's too bad I don't have any fun doing these.
I know. It's good times.
Play behind the goal, and it's controlled by Gibson around the near side. And up to center they come. Comes Marshall, leading at 6-2 with 8:14 to go. And over the line, that is Podine. And he is ridden off, but plays the puck forward behind the goal. Now they'll try to drop to the left point for Gibson and can't get it to him. Comes out to center. Gibson in the incongruous white breezers, and now there's a shot that goes wide. Played back behind the net, picked up by Greeter in the far corner. Loose to the boards, and now here comes Marshall out. Matheson feeds to the near side. Podine over the line. Fake the slap shot, and now goes to the backhand of the circle. Centers it back across.
Did I say something about deception with Junior Podine?
I believe you did.
That's what he does.
And
he deceives you.
I feel like I felt deceived. And here's a chance on a top-shelf goal for Lechner as he came down and just roofed it against Zach Price. It is 6-3. Instant offense indeed. Henry Lechner
just got interesting, didn't they, Jeff?
Yes, they did.
Just got interesting. And to keep with the theme, we had 2 of our first 3 go to overtime. Can they make another one happen here?
There's a stick save by Price on a shot from River Freeman. Henry Lechner with the assist. Unassisted goal at 13:35. Now it comes out to center, and Marshall nursing a 3-goal advantage with 7 minutes to go. Starfield over the line will carry it, and he does a toe drag, and he finds some space for himself. Plays it across to the near side, and a backhanded shot, and it is on goal. Puck lying loose, and never went in. Boy, his good work there as Peck came real close to making it 7-3. And the goaltender, Nolan, was down. He thought the puck was under him, but in reality, it wasn't. And now he's gone and picked up his stick, which he lost in that whole ensuing melee, as his teammates are able to clear the puck to center ice. Now here comes Starfield back in for Marshall. He threw it across, and it goes wide of the goal to the far side. Peck falls in the far corner, gets back up, and it's cleared to the far side board. 6:20 to play, and now here comes Richfield back over the line. Shot goes back behind the net, and Marshall's Manning clears around on the near side. Marshall to the near boards, and this is Max Anderson. Rink wide pass to Starfield. Over the line he comes, And now he lost possession, but carrying on is Peck in the far corner. And he now drops it to the left point, gets it back on a return, skate the stick. Now he throws it in front. It's deflected down underneath the goaltender, and this time it is under Nolan, and we'll get a face-off with 5:49 left.
Trey Peck just, did you see what he just did there with his stick? He dragged it through his feet on his stick and then drew it back. Fun kid to watch.
The skill is really something. Now the puck comes back out to center. And going back for it for Richfield River Freeman. And it's brought in offside by
5:39 to go in this game. One more goal by Richfield, then the pucker factor will grow by 10 times.
I would think. Coach Schmeichel bringing it in offside and winning the flow pretty clearly here today.
Oh, yeah.
Competition
Kid's been legendary. I've known Cone going back 3-4 years. He played, I think the first time I saw him play, he was on a team called the Bakken Oilers. He's from North Dakota. He's from Minot, I believe. And it was even longer, let me tell you. He's been in every Hockey Hero video for the AAA state. I can assure you that.
Now, Marshall brings it back in. They try to pull the goaltender Nolan off the post, and he didn't bite. Play still in the Richfield zone. Now it does come out to center. And here's Gibson banking it ahead, and Quentin Schaefer broken up at the blue line. Carrying on, Gibson. Under 5 minutes to go, Gibson shoots, and a save made by Nolan. A rebound comes back out into the slot as he threw it. And now picked up and rink wide and back in offside by Cronin. Face-off coming up with 4 minutes and 50 seconds to go.
With each minute, I believe Coach Todd Gibson will breathe a little bit easier at 6-3. But, man, once they get to 6-4, it'll turn into a feeding frenzy for the Spartans.
Now, Richfield through the middle. Here's Ryder over the line. Got by one man, but then the other defender came over to cut him off. It was Podine, I believe. Why wouldn't it be? Because he's been everywhere. Now here he comes over the line, and Lechner back to play some defense there as the puck comes off to the far side boards. Played to the left point, and a shot whistled wide of the goal. And now...
You know, I said a few times that Richfield has been, a little bit snake bit.
Yeah.
But give Marshall credit. They've won a lot of races.
They have.
The luck, they've created their own luck, I think Marshall has, where Richfield really hasn't. That's a hand pass. They didn't call it, though.
I was just going to say whistle down on a hand pass, but then I'm not the official, so
right.
I don't get to do that. There's a backhanded shot right on by Gillespie. And a face-off coming up to the left of Zach Price. 3:54 to go.
We'll announce our tournament MVP, I think. Unless something crazy happens, I might announce a tournament MVP to a player who's not even in the building. Has that ever,
really?
Ever seen that before?
I don't think I have.
Logan Hensler has 12 points and has been clearly the best player in this level at this event this weekend.
Well, considering some of the players that are on this ice, that would be saying something, because
yes.
There's some very talented young players out here.
This is as good as you're going to find in Minnesota at this age.
Lechner and Podine and those types of players, to say that you have one that's clearly better than that.
These kids are all the best players on their team. And
right.
It's not even close, Gillespie, you'll go watch St. Michael Everville. He'll be their leading scorer. And, this kid Schultz was one of the best players on his team last year as a first-year PeeWee.
Now Duchesne comes in from the face-off, and his shot is stopped by Price, so we'll get a face-off. Check that. That would be Ashton Schultz. And there's another player, as we mentioned, that's...
he was the MVP last year.
Yep. So...
And we were ready to hand it to him again this year. At Richfield won, but I don't see it, right? I mean, you should see what he did last year in this tournament, Ashton Schultz. It was splendid, to say the least. Some of the stuff he pulled off for that Southwest team, it was pretty cool. Both PeeWee winners, boys winners last year were Southwest. They donned a gray, purple, and white uniform last year with the aforementioned Indian head logo.
Oh, they had the logo.
Yeah, it's a good-looking uni.
Yes, it certainly is.
Just like the Blackhawks.
Play in the near side of the Richfield zone as we come up on 3 minutes to go, and over the line they come, and this is Schultz. Puts on the brakes in the right circle, and now Saucers want to cross to the far side, and closing in now is Peterson. He whips a shot right on and a save by Price. We'll get a stoppage. 2:49 to go.
Inching closer to our time allotment here. About 2 minutes to go. I'm keeping a close eye on the clock. Let's just put it this way. This won't be the first time we've gone over our time allotment.
Well,
at Bloomington Ice Garden.
You know, it's been a quick series of games, but they've been close ones too, and sometimes you get overtimes and you get shootouts and you get all that fun stuff. Now played into the Richfield zone with 2.5 minutes to play. And down the near side they come. This is Lechner closing. He shoots, and a save made by Price, who stayed with him all the way across. And it comes to the blue line, and it's brought back in offside by Gilly, and we'll get a face-off at 2:19 left.
I may have to check out a minute or so early to go down
Understandable.
and do the trophy presentation. Of course, they call a timeout because
why
they want
wouldn't
to
they?
make my life miserable.
How dare they try to win?
I need to get off the ice. We need to get these kids off the ice.
2:19 to go in the PeeWee Challenge Boys Major. It's been a fun day here, and it always is at Bloomington Ice Garden. This is the summer. I just want to say thank you, because this is a chance this
awesome
summer
having you.
to have seen more.
I was
youth
hoping
hockey
we'd
and get
have
to
you
see
here
some of these.
again next weekend, but you're rocking the UMD and Moorhead.
Minnesota State Moorhead. That's my
Minnesota State Dragons, right?
Yeah, that's my fall
Dragons,
gig is
Bulldogs.
Bulldog football. So I won't be here next weekend. I would love to have been here, but
hopefully you get some good weather. You never know.
I would hope so. I'm indoors.
You're pretty much indoors, so it doesn't matter.
No. But
you never know. Some of those high school games, even if you're outdoors, it's not exactly.
You know, that's a good point. I did the game at White Bear Lake last year where they had the fire, and
I remember that.
Wound up in the state quarterfinals and wound up having to be finished the next day.
Yep.
At a different field across town. They finished at Osseo. They started in White Bear Lake, so it was.
I remember that.
That was wild, but that's a 10-year gig for me. And now in the zone, Marshall in the right corner of their zone. We're under 2 minutes to play now. A centering pass as the goaltender's been pulled, and it comes all the way back into the Richfield zone, and it'll be Peterson playing it up the near wing. DeShane over the line and held in at the line. DeShane again throws it across. Lechner looking to center it, and it's right on, and there was Price.
My wife,
saw it all the way.
I love my wife, but anytime the goalie is pulled, she screams at the TV, "Oh, that never works."
It worked just now. It worked in the.
Oh yeah.
It worked earlier today. A pulled goaltender with a tying goal got scored.
Yeah.
Now out
Beautiful.
to center. Peterson feeds it over to the far side, and they'll attack with some speed again. And Richfield looking for his opportunity. Puck in the slot area. With 1:20 to go, it's cleared the length of the ice, and that will be an icing call. And that was Quentin Schaefer, giving up the defensive zone face-off. His team's up by 3, so he can afford to take a shot. But 1:18 left. That worked in the boys minor final. We had a pulled goaltender and a goal scored. Now cleared back behind the net, and Richfield buzzing again. Now here's Peterson. He swings it over to the near circle. Now here's Tavin James, last minute of play. Played ahead, and it's played down with a glove by Peterson, and backtracking forward is Lindberg. He feeds the right side. A relay into the zone is too far, and it's going to come all the way back into the Richfield zone, and icing is indicated, and it is called with 47 seconds to play. You can't buy a break, can you, Tony?
It's my fault I brought it up that we were, coming close to the time limit here.
You never
and ever
say.
since then, there's been like 11 whistles.
You're never supposed to say it's going fast. Yes.
Now some kid's going to scuff his knee, A little mini injury there.
Oh. Puck is loose from the face-off, and where is is it? It's in the high slot. There's a shot and a save made by Price on an opportunity from the slot area by James, and it's cleared all the way back into the Richfield zone. Nadler after it with 30 seconds to go. Tries the near side. Skida lost possession over the line, and it's picked up by Podine down the near wing, and he shot, but it was deflected by Nadler wide. It goes behind the net with 20 seconds to play, and Marshall is going to hang on and win this game 6-3, and a nice job by them today.
Congratulations to Logan Hensler, who's not even in the building on his MVP award. We'll have to mail that one out to him.
There you go. Now puck at center ice, and it's cleared ahead to the Marshall line. Pass to the right as the buzzer goes, and the game ends. And our final score is Marshall 6 and Richfield 3. So they outscore them 3-2 in the second half. And that is that. So Marshall wins the boys major, and that brings our coverage of the boys major and the PeeWee Challenge for 2019 to a close. And Tony's going to go down and make the presentation at center ice. So for him, Jeff Pappas saying thank you for watching today. We will see you we'll see you next weekend. I personally won't, but the rest of us will, as we have Western States coming. A lot of fun. We hope you'll join us on the Youth Hockey Hub. You've enjoyed the 2019 PeeWee Challenge here on the Youth Hockey Hub.
On the blue line for just 1 second, quick announcements. I'd like to congratulate both teams on a great effort, 2 big wins this morning, and another great game here today. I'd like to, before we hand out our MVP award and our championship trophy, I'd like to just thank the coaching staff of both teams, Kyle Freeman for coaching the last 2 years. I appreciate your help, Kyle, putting together your teams. Same with Todd Gibson, as usual. Todd, it's been about 12 PeeWee challenges in a row for you. Thanks, Gibby, for all your hard work, and congratulations on winning today. Let's talk about a couple players before we hand out our MVP award. On the Richfield side, Henry Lechner. Great weekend this weekend. Henry awesome tournaments. And Henry was a late fill-in, and he ended up with 9 or 10 points. Congratulations, Henry, for making it this weekend. Ashton Schultz, MVP last year. Awesome job again, Ashton. Always fun to watch you play. You'll be on our all-tournament team as well. Over on the Marshall side of the ledger, Trey Beck and Junior Bodine. The big men out there, they also came up big again today. A unique offering today. Our tournament MVP is not here in the building. A big round of applause for Logan Hensler, who will be our tournament MVP. With Marshall Hilltoppers, please come forward to accept their trophy. Congratulations.